Hi, let's continue with a discussion on the mathematical interpretation of the word of in the phrase A over B of C over D. So the work that we did in the previous video was about examples of this kind, 2/3 of 3 and 2/3 of 6. So notice this number 3 is a multiple of 3, 6 is a multiple of 3. This is the type of examples we discussed in the last video. And now, by now you should be pretty comfortable with 2/3 of 3 is 2, 2/3 of 6 is 4. So today I would like to discuss 2/3 of a fraction 3/7, 2/3 of this fraction 6/7. I chose these examples very carefully. Notice, compare this with this, 2/3 of 3. This one is 2/3 of 3/7. 2/3 of 6. I chose 2/3 of 6/7. So in both these fractions, the numerator is a multiple of this denominator. That's the specific examples we're going to focus on in this video. And then we'll see how these two answers are related to the answers we get out here. So let's go ahead and look at these examples now. Let's look at this example, 2/3 of 3/7. Let's look at the definition, which follows the same line of thought as the previous examples. By definition, 2/3 of 3/7 is the length of two parts when the segment 0 to 3/7 is partitioned into three equal parts. So on the number line picture, we look at the segment 0 to 3/7. We partition it. We need to partition this. Denominator 3 is telling us partition this into three equal parts. Well, that's really easy because 3/7 comes in 1/7, 2/7, 3/7. Three equal parts already. The numerator 2 tells us concatenate two such parts. So here it is, the concatenation. So from the picture, it's easy to see 2/3 of 3/7 is in fact 2/7. This makes for an easy case because I specifically chose this fraction in such a way that the numerator is a multiple of this denominator out here. How do we write out the steps? Well, 2/3 of 3/7 is 2/3 of 3/7 can be viewed as 3 copies of 1/7. And now 2/3 of 3, we're very comfortable with that now. 2/3 of 3 by now you should know is 2. So we have 2 copies of 1/7. What's another name for 2 copies of 1/7? 2/7. So here it is. 2/3 of 3/7 is 2/7. So here are the steps. Here's a number line picture. Let's look at another example now. So 2/3 of 6/7, by now you should know this definition, is the length of two parts when the segment from 0 to 6/7 is partitioned into three equal parts. We proceed just as we did in the previous example. 2/3 of 6/7, we view 6/7 as 6 copies of 7s. So now we have 2/3 of 6 copies of 1/7. And by our previous work, 2/3 of 6 is simply 4. And so we have 4 copies of 1/7. Another name for that is 4/7. And here's the number line picture. Unit segment is cut up into 7 equal pieces. So this is the 0 to 6/7 segment. And by definition, we need to partition this into 3 equal parts. Here are the 3 equal parts. Because 6/7 is 6 copies of 7th, it comes in very convenient, 6 pieces. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so we have 2 in each group. And this 2 in the numerator tells us concatenate 2 of them. And the length of this piece, as you can see, is 4/7, matches up with this answer. So now let's go and look at a summary of the 2 examples that we've done and see what observations we can make. So here we are. We knew from the last video 2/3 of 3 equals 2. Today we figured out 2/3 of 3/7 is 2/7. So do you see how this example is related to this example? Here we are essentially doing 2/3 of 3 because 3, remember 3/7 is 3 copies of 7th. So that's the connection. And here too, notice how this example is related to this. Once you know 2/3 of 6 is 4, 2/3 of 6/7 is the 2/3 of 6 is 4 is sitting here. So that's the relationship between these examples. So in the next video, what we'll discuss is 2/3 of a number, a whole number, That is not a multiple of this denominator. That's what we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you.